At least I hadn't actually started yet. Because I do post all my demos to my YouTube once I have time to edit. All right. So whatever envelope size you are using, you are going to want it to be slightly larger than that. So I just use the envelope as a guide. Well, usually I do this with the straight knife and the lines are straighter, but for time's sake, we're going to do this. And then once you have two pieces, or once you have one piece, to get your second piece, just cut around your first piece. That way they match each other. All right. So now we have our little cover pieces. Let me find some paper. It might be sitting on my desk somewhere. Is this wide enough? It is. All right, so we're going to use some of this. So you want to cut your paper so you have a little bit of a border all around your piece of, and you can use cardboard, chipboard, cereal boxes, whatever you can find to make into prettiness is what you can use. And you can also use fabric as well. I was going to do a fabric example, but I didn't get around to that. All right, so now that you have your paper, we are going to glue. I'm going to start with the edges because you want to make sure that your edges, I think I left my glue set now too. You want to make sure your edges definitely get glued. So I'm going to start at the edges and run a line right on down the edge. And then I'm going to just whoop. And you can do the brush it on technique if you want, so you get a nice layer all over it. I'm doing the quick glue application technique. We'll do the same on this one. Oh. Y'all, I'm still waiting on my caffeine to kick in. I woke up late. I was on last night till like 4 something this morning. And of course, that means that it took me like an hour and a half to wind down and actually sleep at all last night or this morning, whatever you want to call it. My night owl self, hence the owls. All right, so once you have it glued down, you are going to clip off just a little bit near the corner, kind of perpendicular to if there was a straight line coming off the corner like this, you're going to cut just like that. And that's just to get rid of some of the bulk when we go to fold the edges up so that it's easier to fold and it looks a little prettier. I'll do it on this one as well. All right, so now that they are glued on there, I'm going to start with my short ends, and I'm just going to push this down on the mat. So if you have a flat surface, your desk, a book, and I'm going to do that to kind of fold it around that edge. And it makes it already want to lean that way before you try to glue it. Do the same on the opposite side. All right, so now that those want to come in, we're going to do a little line down the side, and we're just going to pinch right at the edge to kind of crease it and make it want to stay down better. And the same on this side, kind of just pinching at the edge. All right, we're going to do the same on this one. Put a little line of glue in there. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Make it want to stay. All right, so now that we've done the short sides, I'm going to do the long sides. So I'm going to try to see if I can show this. So I'm going to push down that little fold over point, and then I'm going to kind of use my thumbnail to pinch that in and kind of fold in that edge. And that kind of just makes sure to like gift wrap that corner. So you pinch and then kind of push in that little edge. All right. And now that we've done that, then we're going to do the little, I'm going to hold down my pinch points and then wrap it around. Might have missed it. Is there a specific type of adhesive? I mean, whatever glue that you, if you do paper crafting that you craft with, the glue I'm using is the Art Glitter Glue. I just put it in my own bottles because these are easy squeeze bottles that have a little silicone lid because I can't keep track of glue lids to save my life. So I stopped wasting glue once I found these bottles. But yeah, the Art Glitter Glue is pretty good for the paper crafting. One of the other glues I use, but I wouldn't use it when doing midi because it's in a, I mean, unless I put it in a different bottle, is this pH neutral PVA bookbinding glue. I use this more when I'm doing a big journal and I need to pour a ton of it on there all at once. Oh yeah, the fine tip is a lifesaver. And so is the little freaking silicone lid that that stays on, which if y'all need glue bottle with glue already in it, there are 2 ounce bottles. This is a 2 ounce one, same type of bottle, might have a different color tip, and I pre-fill them with 2 ounces of Art Glitter Glue because I just buy the huge bottles and fill bottles. Let's roll this one. Alright, and then we're just going to do the same thing we did for the sides. A nice thin line down the sides. And then we're going to start pinching down. And see, kind of folding over that corner. The way you pinch it in, it gives you a nice little fold at the corners. I didn't do it on that one. See, here's the difference. I was rushing making this one, y'all. So see, if you don't do the little pinchy fold thing I showed, you kind of end up with this strange little point sticking out at the edge of your journal. But I was rushing trying to make a cute little example. Oh, I missed it. Okay. Alright. So I got that one. So now let's do this one. Pinch. Nona, you unlocked Bronze Skull. You got a coupon at the top, sweetie. It's one of my favorite songs. So excited, y'all. Five Finger Death Punch will be in Georgia in October, and I already bought tickets, and I can't wait. Like the dead man's robe, damned if I do, damned if I do. Alright, and then And just repeat. Now that we pinched in our little corners and made it want to start the fold, go along and just pinch to make it want to stay folded. They'll be in Charlotte in October. You should. I have not seen them in person. They're one of my favorite bands, and I've heard great things about their live shows, so I'm excited. What location in Georgia? The Alpharetta. I don't know which business is funding the name of it at this point, but whatever the amphitheater is in Alpharetta. All right, so now I got to decide which one I like better for my front cover. I mean, I don't have to decide that yet. We got to do another step first, but I'm kind of liking them. I kind of like the pink. I don't know. I'll put these up here. Y'all can look at them and tell me if I should do the gold one or the pinky one. You haven't been there? I went there. The first concert I went there was last year, and we went and saw Volbeat there. All right. So this is the little spine that will come in the kit, and it's already pre-scored. But I will show y'all how I do it because you're making a zigzag fold spine. And this is the way that I've found to do it the easiest. I don't know if y'all can tell, even with it just scored and not creased yet. I alternate the paper on the scoreboard. So like this line and this line are ready to be mountains, and this line are ready to be the down part. Because it makes them fold a lot more even. If you just score every half inch down the board, when you go to fold, the fold lines end up all crazy when you're doing a zigzag fold. So it stays a lot neater if you do every other line and then flip it and then score in between. But I'll show you what I mean by that. All right. So this is cut to the size of the envelope. So these are my 2.5 inch. So I'm gonna cut the sheet. Find some more cardstock. Oh, come on. Okay, cardstock. So we need a 3 inch. Wait, no, 2.5. 3.5? What am I doing? 3.5. We're gonna cut that the width of or the height of the envelope. I've got so much crafting going on my battle journal that I just don't have any available surfaces in this crafting right now. It's insanity. Okay. All right, so now we are going to score. Get all the random stuff off my scoreboard. All right, so I'm going to start by on each end, we need at least a 1 inch. If you decide to do large envelopes, I would do like a 2 or 3 inch on the side so that it has more support. But for these mini ones, 1 inch on the side works just fine. So our first score line is going to be at 1 inch. And then I'm going to go down and I'm only going to score on the inches. And I'm going to do 6 of those. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So now I'm going to flip over. And I'm going to leave that first section an inch. And then I'm going to score along every half inch. So it's still going to be, I'm going every inch, but I'm starting at 1/2. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. I think that's all I need. Yes, okay. So every 1/2 inch, just opposite so that you already see it already wants to zigzag fold. It's kind of hard to see on camera. So I'm going to cut off this last little piece after where that 1 inch piece I left scored was. So we don't need all of that. Why do I feel like I counted wrong? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Am I kind of right? Just losing it a little. All right. No, I really think I did because that one's. That's why I look shorter. I did 6 on this spine instead of 5. Okay. I didn't mess up now. I messed up earlier. And I mean, you can do this with as many little matching envelopes as you want that you can fit in a spine. And I mean, if the sheet of paper you have to do the spine isn't long enough, just masking tape some together and make a super long strip and put 20 envelopes in a book. Might look cool. All right, so now we're going to fold. So I'm going to start over here, and I'm going to make sure when I'm folding, I mean, it should match up, but you want to make sure, you know, it's in line with the sides, because we want to try to keep them as neat as possible so that they look pretty when they're on the side. So they're nice and even, and you don't have like one sticking way out and one like really far in, if that makes sense. I don't know if I'm using the right words. All right. Then I'm going to flip up. And then, so when I'm doing the mountains, the part sticking up is when wait, that's my mountain. I already did the mountain part. I'll show y'all what I mean when I do the next one. I had it upside down. All right. So like this is our mountain and our zigzag fold, which that is what's going to be visible on the spine. Hey, Crafty Fox. How are you, darling? All right, so you want to make sure when you're doing your mountain parts, since that is what will be seen on the spine, that you kind of look at it from the side and see if they are, because I mean, it's scored, but you know, it can wiggle. So you just want to try to keep them as even as possible. I know. And I was on till after 4 a.m. last night, this morning, whatever you want to call it. I probably would have stayed on later, except then I started talking about demos, and I was like, oh, I have a demo at like 1:30 tomorrow. I've got to go to bed, y'all. Because I am not usually on this early. I'm a night owl. Yeah, like somebody was asked to look at a kit or something that I had, and I was showing kits for making things, because there's tons of kits in my bin, y'all, and all the demo videos are on my YouTube channel. But yeah, so I started talking about demos, and I was like, oh, I'm actually doing one tomorrow. And I went to look at what time, and I was like, oh, y'all, no, I gotta go to bed. All right, I just messed that one up. So see, we're going to show you what I mean. So see, even though it's scored, sometimes it can go haywire. I mean, it's not the end of the world. I just like things to look all even. I mean, it will still look cute and function. It just makes me angry when I look at it. As I knock everything down. All right, so we're going to keep doing this until we get to the end. Oh my god, I only got 5 more minutes. I was hoping, well, I should be able to get this together. Hey, we're almost done with all the steps anyway. It'll at least get to the same point as that one, where it doesn't have its inside paper. All right, so it's all scored. And So you have this. So now what you are going to do is you're going to take your envelopes and you're going to make sure they are all facing the same way. Y'all, I'm telling you, do it before you start because I've glued them in upside down. So I put mine so that the opening is facing towards what's going to be my front cover this way. And you are going to put glue on this side of each mountain, but one at a time so you don't get all sticky. And just make sure you're going to the edges. And then we are going to line this up at the bottom of the fold and then hold the sides so it lines up nice on the sides. And it should get you nicely in there. You should be able to look at the envelope and not see the spine, and you'll know it's in line. That went fast. It did. 30 minutes is so fast, girl. See if I can get these in here super fast and then show y'all. Actually, I don't have to get them all in here to show y'all how to put the spine in the book. But you're going to keep doing that until you put your envelopes in. If you get a kit, it's 5. If you do it at home, you can put however many you want. All right, so I'm going to choose some ribbon. Color, we'll just do black. Because I don't have black sitting over here. And now you can use whatever ribbon you want to use. Scraps of ribbon, scraps of lace. Wide ribbon, thin ribbon. You can do 2, you can do 4. So you are just going to put glue on the front 1-inch part. And then you're going to lay the ends of your ribbons wherever it is that you decided you wanted them. I'm going to try to do 3. Since it's a thinner ribbon than the pink one I used on the other one. Oh, don't move. Just trying to run away. All right, and then once you have the ribbon on there, I always put some more glue on top of the ribbon. And then we're going to center We're going to center that on the cover piece. And then we're going to repeat. Put the glue on the 1-inch part of your spine. And then you're gonna, I like to imagine it, how thick it's gonna be with some stuff stuck in the envelopes so that it doesn't end up really tight. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I give it some wiggle room and get the little ribbons on there. And then we'll put some glue on top of the ribbon. And then we're going to center our back cover, whichever cover, and make sure that they're nice and even with each other. No! What did I get for trying to rush it? And then the only thing you have left to do after this, of course you can decorate the front and the back, put a closure on it, whatever you'd like to do, but you just have to put paper on the inside to cover cover that with some paper, that you'll have a cute little mini storage album that stands up. All right, thank you guys for hanging out with me and watching this demo. Thank you again to Daydreamer Debbie for doing this lovely train. We are going to go see Autumn Leaves 713 And you guys, please come see me tomorrow, 9 p.m. on the Battle of the Junk Journals. I am super excited, and hopefully it'll go great. All right, Autumn leaves. All right, I'll see y'all next time. Bye.
No, you know, class is the finest classes. Welcome in, y'all. Welcome in, welcome in.